Okay, hello. We are at 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock Pacific, right? So I don't know where you are in the time continuum, but thank you for joining. Feel free to say hello. Let me know where you are geographically, energetically, psychically, mentally, spiritually. Put some comments in the chat. So we are going to start with the general reading today. It looks like Instagram is being slow again. Can't win with that app, I'm telling you. Hey there, Donna. But we're going to start with general messages for this week. So we have both YouTube and Instagram going, just so you know. So I will be showing cards to both as we go through. Instagram, I can see who you are in the chat. If you put anything in the chat. On YouTube, I can only see who you are in the chat if you are logged in. So I see Kathy and Laurie are here. Hello. Hello, hello. So this week, kookiness, which is the week of October 18th through the 24th is what the cards are for. Hey, Stacy. And these are general readings, general messages for this week ahead. So I always encourage you to take the messages, see how they resonate with you while I pull cards for the days of the week. It's not set in stone, and you may find little shoulders and things, flowing from one day to the next, and that's great. That's how you will use the card messages to best serve you. And after the general reading, I will pull cards for questions and requests. So I will ask that you hold your questions and requests until after we finish the general reading, just so I don't lose them in the chat. I am using, for this week's reading, I'm using Cosmic Cat. I noticed that on YouTube, there's a real glare. Let me see if I can fix that a little bit. I don't know if I can, but okay. So I'm using Cosmic Cat. So I'm going to pull cards again for this week of October 18 through 24. How is everyone doing? Everyone okay? Yes. Purr. I love this deck. Everyone all right? Okay. Let's get going. So let's get a card for Monday and Tuesday. This is quite a large deck in my hands, but Monday and Tuesday is right here. A card for Wednesday and Thursday. I'm taking it. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you saw those cards flip over for Wednesday and Thursday, and you might be saying, how do you know if those are the cards? Didn't they just fall out of the deck? And yes, sometimes they do just fall because it's bad shuffling. Sometimes they jump out because that is the energy. It's law of attraction. They want to be out. They want to be participating in the reading. And sometimes when they flip like that, I have to take that split second and just sort of feel. And the feeling was, yes, they needed to be here. So I went with that. Okay. Beautiful sunny temperature day here. Nice. We're very cloudy here, but it's about 63 degrees, I think. It's just pleasant. It's pleasant. I spent a lot of time outdoors today. I spend a lot of time outdoors every day. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, let's get rolling. Ooh. We start the week off pretty strong. Entitlement. Check your prima donna. Here you go, Instagram. Instagram, you see things backwards, right? It's not you, but it is a good skill to be developing. Also, tomorrow, the 18th, Mercury stations direct. So Mercury has been retrograde. So Mercury is really slowing down to stopping when to reverse direction. So check in with some of that, right? You may feel like things aren't moving. You may feel a little here, you know, choked up a little bit. So be patient and give things breathing room. So at the beginning of the week in entitlement, check your prima donna. You know, what's going on? Are you feeling a power struggle going on at the beginning of the week? Are you sort of pushing and putting yourself above someone else in a superior role, perhaps, or a place of judgment, or an expectation that others should do something else? So check in on that, okay? And make sure if you have expectations that you communicate them. Part of this entitlement piece is poor communication, in my opinion. Poor communication in that you believe things should go a certain way for you, and people should behave a particular way and know things. But if you're not communicating them, it's not going to happen. But you sure sit up there expecting it to happen. So just check in on that at the beginning of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, the two cards that came out. Well, look at this. If this is not the perfect combination, release and fullness. So with release, let it go. Fullness, give thanks. Wow, see, this is how you know those cards wanted to be in this reading. And you can see why they ought to be in this reading. So release and fullness. Let go, you know, we'll say it again. Transformation is huge. Everything is shifting. Everything is changing. The paradigms are collapsing, shifting, changing, redeveloping, right? Being reestablished. All of that is happening. It's happening with you individually, and it is happening as a collective. And so if you can release and let go of all the old stuff, I'm going to give you a better view, YouTube. You know, all the old stuff, all the habits, all of the things that we just, I posted a thing on Instagram too about you're not stuck. It's just that you're using the old tools to try to create new or work with the new, and they don't go the same way, right? So release the stuff and give thanks. Give thanks for it. Give thanks for everything that you had, all of the challenges, the things you've accomplished, where you are today. Give thanks so that as you're releasing, you're giving thanks, you're making way for the new to come in. We're also coming up on the full moon. So that is the time of release. Before we release, we give thanks. We express gratitude. Even if we're getting rid of something that just feels completely toxic, we give thanks for having shown up, having shown us what it is we need to learn. And we give thanks to ourselves for being able to work through it, and for the people who maybe helped us along the way. So really huge, this is showing up in the middle of the week. And I love that these two came out together. That is perfect. Okay, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Receive, accept the gift. See, release, give thanks, because when you release and you give thanks, you make space for something new. And here it is right here showing up, receive. Here you go, YouTube. So this is spectacular, this week's reading. So we start at the beginning of the week of checking in on your prima donna complex. Checking in, make sure you're not pulling some funky stuff with other people or yourself. Then you're saying, yeah, you know, that kind of thinking, that kind of prima donna attitude, that really doesn't serve me anymore. So I am going to release it along with everything else that goes along with it. I'm also going to give thanks for it. I'm going to appreciate what it was here for. It helped me get through something. I had to sort of be that way in order to build up my own confidence, in order to build up my courage, in order to really learn more about myself and who I am in this world. That was a tool. I don't need it. I'm letting it go. But I'm giving it thanks because that's why I'm here today. And then here's the receiving part. Now I can receive everything else that is coming to me, everything else that is meant for me. And I am accepting that gift. I am allowing it. I am accepting it. My hands are open. I am receptive. How was that? Loved it. Very true and freeing. Wow, powerful. Fabulous. I like it. I like it. I know we have some new folks joining over here on Instagram. Vienna, Imara, you joined. Thank you for joining. And Hasbi and Yumiko, hello, thank you for joining. Okay, so those were the general messages for this week. I am going to pull some cards for anyone who has a specific question or has a request. So if you don't have a particular question, but you would just like a card for yourself, just supportive card, you can just request a general card. So you can put it in the chat and I will do that. I have several decks out on the table today and let's see what comes up. So even though I pull cards for other people, take note of those messages because usually what I pull for someone else very much applies to you and something else that you can use for your own situations. So, all right, anyone have a question? Anyone have a request? Is anyone else having issues liking on IG? Mine is no okaying. I don't know. I see some hearts going. My son seems to be going through some mental breakdown. Is he going to be better? Okay, so Donna has a question here. My son seems to be going through some mental breakdown. Is he going to be better? So Donna, I'm going to pull a supportive card for you in how you can work with what it is that your son is going through. So I am not a physician, you know, a mental health practitioner, so I wouldn't want to comment on that, right? But I think getting a card for you, because I imagine that's probably quite challenging, quite difficult to watch and experience and how that impacts you. So let me get a card for you. Yes, Stacy, fantastic cards. So Donna, getting a card for you and how we can support you. I feel like inner glow is that, but I also feel like I need to take a card from my Rider-Waite Tarot. So Donna, I think I might pull, two cards for you, okay? Stacy can't comment on IG. She just commented. Laurie, I see your request there, so I'll get that after I pull this card here for Donna. So Donna, let's get, Donna, what I'm going to do is cut this deck. This is Inner Glow. I'm going to cut this deck, and the card that is going to be on the bottom of where I cut is going to be a card of strength for you, okay, in this situation with your son. So let's have a card for Donna of strength. Okay. Clear yourself. Here you go, YouTube. So the question Donna had to do with her son, and because that's not a really a question I'm able to answer, I'm pulling a card on what can we give to Donna as support. And this is a card of strength, clear yourself. So your strength in working with this situation is going to be clearing yourself of of anything that is dragging you down. So in order for you to be showing up for your son, in order for you to keep yourself in a very strong position, which you need to be in, you do have to work on clearing some of the things that might be what's the word I want to use? Hanging up for you. So, you know, are you expecting something in his progress, right? And that expectation out there is in the way of you being able to be present with what needs to be done. Are you judging yourself? As a mother, perhaps that comes in when you see your child in trouble and suffering, right? So there might be some shame or judgment of self. So letting all that go so that you can be in your most pure way and your most supportive way, that you can be there for your son. So make sure you're letting go of anything that really isn't serving you best in your ability to support him. Does that make sense? And maybe guilt. That word just popped out. So letting go of that. That's egoic stuff, and it's really not who you are. You're at a place of love and purity, and that other stuff gets in the way. I just pulled this card of tarot for you, and it's 10 of Swords. And it's actually a fantastic card to go with this clear yourself. So the other card here in tarot, 10 of Swords, Swords is all of this stuff. It is the egoic things that I was talking about. It's the things that we tell ourselves. And this 10 is saying you're done. You're done. It's not serving you anymore. And in order to see what's coming up, in order to see the future, in order to see the possibility and potential, as you can see, he's facing, the figure is facing the dawning, is facing the water, our emotion getting out of the head. So in order to do that, you've got to let go, and you're there. So really work on that. That's really a great card showing up there. Okay, we come back here. I know Laurie had a question. Kathy has a question. Katie joined. Nenners joined. Hello. Rodriguez joined. Okay, so let's get over here to Laurie. As always, I would love a general card for the week. Yes. So let's get a card for Kathy. I see you in here too. You're welcome, Donna. You're welcome. You know, sometimes the cards come out with some things that seem a little bit like tough love, right? It's stuff that the cards are coming out and saying, here's the work for you to do. But all of the messages from the cards always come with love and support and compassion. And that I can assure you, because that's how I work. And so that's the vibration of the cards. So even though if the cards sort of deal you something that you're like, ooh, it's done with love and for your highest good. Okay, Laurie is a general card. Let's get a general card for Laurie. General card for Laurie. Laurie, I'm going with magical messages of the mermaids. Okay, let's get a general card for Laurie here. Magical messages of the mermaids. Of the fairies. I'm sorry, this is magical messages of the fairies. They just corrected me. Thank you very much. Magical messages of the fairies. A general card for Laurie. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I was saying mermaids because I have to go to messages from the mermaids. And there it is. Oh, right here. Okay. Memories and feelings. got some doozies of cards coming out today. Here you go, Instagram. Laurie, for you, general message, memories and feelings. So memories coming up. What do you feel about it? Processing those. Also, because in the middle of the week, we have release and giving thanks, and we're at the full moon, I feel like these memories and feelings are showing up also to say, as memories come up and they trigger feelings, also, as your feelings get triggered by something happening currently, when we are triggered by something, it is because of a memory, right? So someone says something, we have a reaction. It's not because of what they said. It's because of something that has happened in our past that we haven't quite healed and worked through. So being mindful of that if you feel yourself having a reaction to something, check in and ask yourself, why am I reacting that way? What is it about that? And sit, and is a memory surfacing? And take a look at that memory. And is that memory true? First of all, right? We are, the beauty of what we do is we create memories in a way that protect us, that make us safe from the trauma. So ask yourself, is it true? And do I need to be carrying the memory the same way? Is it really serving me? Can I let it go because something else is coming and I have got to be receptive and opening to that gift? Yeah, Rodriguez, Rosie, that's beautiful, true. I think that's great. And I love that that's why the cards wouldn't come out of this deck, because this deck had to say something. So that's great. Okay, Kathy, let's get to Kathy. The person whom you know as, used to be called mentor, has left me high and dry with the big show coming up. I felt good about it. May I have a general card about this opportunity? Kathy, I'm not sure I fully understand that. Left you high and dry with the big show coming up. I felt good about it. You felt good about being left high and dry, or you felt good about the show and you were fine doing the show on your own? I'm not sure. Can you clarify that so I can get a better card for you? Laurie, love the message, the mermaids, not the fairy. I felt the message, mermaids, not the, you felt the mermaids, not the fairies. Yeah. Okay. So Vienna Imara has a question here. And then, hello, Sahu. So Kathy, would you clarify that a little bit for me, and I'll circle back there. So let's come over here to Vienna Imara. So if anyone has a question or request, you can put it in the chat. Let's see, I would love to know what to focus on moving forward. I always want to walk in 3 different directions at once. Yeah, good thing you have 4 limbs. You can walk in 4. Let's see. For Vienna Imara, what to focus on moving forward? Yeah, what to focus on moving forward? I'm going to pull a card from Reflect. Because what it does is it asks you a question back. Okay, so let me get a card for you here from Reflect for Vienna Imara. And let me just get Kathy. He backed out 3 weeks before the show. So does that mean you felt good about the fact that he backed out, or you were feeling good, then he backed out and holy crap? Okay, let's get Vienna. A card for Vienna about focusing and moving forward. Focusing and moving forward. for Vienna Imara, focusing and moving forward. Okay. Okay, so here's the question. So this deck of Reflect is all questions, and the questions are intended for you to take and reflect upon. So the question is, how can I free up time to do more of the things I truly enjoy? Which is hilarious because you're asking about what to focus on because you want to go in 3 different directions, right? So isn't this funny that this card is coming back and saying to you, how can you free up more time to do the things you want to focus, that you truly enjoy? Love it. Jupiter, Mercury stationing direct, so the reflection cards are perfect. Yes, yes, excellent point. So how can you free up time to do more of the things I truly enjoy? And you're saying, how do I focus? I think that the question coming back isn't necessarily about focusing, because you obviously like to do different things. You have your hands and feet in different things, and each one of those things are probably bringing you joy. So do you have to be focused on one thing? Is there anything that says you have to be? Is that what you want? Or do you feel like maybe you should be focused because you do a little bit over here and you do a little bit over here and you do a little bit over there, but you never really go fully on any one thing? Is that not okay? So the question coming back, how can you free up time to do more of the things you truly enjoy? Check in on the things that you are doing, the 3 different directions, and just ask yourself, are those the things that I truly enjoy? And if they are, it's okay to keep going in those 3 different directions. But if you're going and you're doing something that maybe you don't enjoy, then maybe that's the question. What is it that you enjoy? I also love that you said 3 things. I said you have 4 limbs, but look at the image. You only see 3 of her limbs. How fantastic is that? Right? So sort of resonating right back with you and what you're saying. So I think the question is, what are you doing and are you enjoying it? And is there anything wrong with going in 3 different directions? And if there is, if it's not satisfying you, if it's exhausting you, if it's draining you, if it's, causing you conflict or something, well, then the question is, how do you do the things that you really enjoy? And that is going back to the cards of releasing the things that don't work for you, giving thanks for that process, and then being open to what is to come. Okay, that's what I have. This is spot on. I've been debating whether some things in my life are a drain of my time. I think we're all doing that, right? I think that we all are moving into this, or have been moving into this place of really reevaluating all kinds of things. We've really had an opportunity to take a look and say, is this serving me? Is this what I want? What do I want my life to be? Is this what I want my life to be? Or do I want it to be something else? And it's a tremendous opportunity. It's what we're here for. So why be passive about it, right? You're welcome. Okay, let's come back to Kathy and let me see if I can get Kathy's question down. I invited him to participate in the show. He was excited, then he backed out. He backed out 3 weeks before. Yes, I felt good when he backed out. How weird. Now I have to scramble to find another artist. Got it, Kathy. So weren't like some of the messages coming up for you about sort of, I feel like that scrambling to find another artist is resonating back with some cards about different opportunities, seeing things differently, being open to something different. We talked about relanguaging. I feel like that sentence you just typed, now I have to scramble to find another artist, is huge. It's not because you have to scramble to find the artist. It's what that process is going to do and what that connection is going to be. That is what I think is the most important out of this thing. So let's get guidance about the opportunity. Okay, that's your question, guidance about the opportunity. And I think the opportunity is your abilities and your capacity to do this, and what that new connection is going to offer you. That's what I think. Okay, let's get some cards for Kathy here. I'm trying to figure out where we want to go. Kathy, I'm going back to my Rider-Waite Tarot. I just think this is, you know, when we got big stuff, we pull out the tarot deck. Yeah. Okay, Kathy sounds excited and not stressed about the stress. Okay, so let's see, Kathy. Here's the guidance we're going to give. We are going to, hold on one second here. Let me just see this. Okay. So Kathy, I'm going to cut the decks similar to what I did for Donna. The card that shows on my left hand is going to be about this opportunity with the new artist. That's what this card is going to be on the left hand. It's going to give us information about the opportunity with the new artist that's coming with the new artist, because receive and accept the gift. So that's the card in my left hand. The card in my right hand is going to be the perceived challenges. Okay. Card in my left hand is guidance about the opportunities of the new artist. And the card in the right hand is perceived challenges. Okay. 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 Card in my left hand is look it, it's the same card that Donna had, 10 of Swords. So this is guidance about the opportunity with the new artist. And the 10 of Swords is being done with the story, the cycle, the blah, the blah, the blah, all that kind of stuff. The words, the attitudes, the backing out, even the language about backing out. He's done, finished. That's it. He gets no more. He is done. 10 of Swords. No more talking about him. Done. Because this figure is looking at the opportunity. That is the dawning here, right? So it's changing that focus. So what is the opportunity about this new artist? And it is first, you've got to just be done and change how it is you're presenting this situation. So it's not that he's backed out and he's left you high and dry. It's that you are in a position now to make your own choice of a new artist. That's a very different scenario than someone coming to you and saying, I would like to do this show, right? So That is your guidance there. And then, oh, okay. So then sort of the potential, the perceived challenge is, and it shows up being the Queen of Pentacles. And so the way I am taking this in the perceived challenge is, again, I said, you are in a position to choose. So the perceived challenge of it being stressful, of it being difficult, of now I'm high and dry, that is perception of the challenge. So if you change the perspective of it, you become the Queen of Pentacles. You become the one sitting in your throne around this incredible garden of opportunity, potential, security, resourcefulness. She is completely resourceful. Home, health, money, and work, pentacles, the art world, what you're doing. So just changing the perspective and remembering that you are in this position. And it's a very comfortable, confident, capable position. So that's what I have there. All right. Okay, so I have time to pull one more card for anyone else who has a question. These cards have been most exceptional, by the way. Let me just run through very quickly the general messages, and then if anyone else has a question, I will pull that. Arthur, just watching seems peaceful. It's very peaceful. I think it is. I feel the peace. I love it. Kathy, I am confident. Thank you. Yes, you are. Yes, yes, and yes. And you are the queen of this show. Okay, so general messages starting the week out. Entitlement, prima donna. Check in on that, see where that's coming from, and climb down off the high horse. Chuck that stuff. It doesn't even work for you. Okay, Katie, I see you right there. Middle of the week, we have fullness and release. Let it go and give thanks. So the middle of the week, as we're coming upon this full moon, make sure you're letting go of the old baggage, letting go of stuff that just doesn't work for you. And all it's doing is offering resistance. Say thank you for it, be grateful for it, because it did help you at one point, but you're done. And let it go with grace. Because at the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're in a position to receive. We're in a position to be accepting the gift of what is to come. So really a lovely set of cards for the week. Katie, I would be so grateful for a general reading. Let me get you a general reading. Yes. Kathy, may I have a card for Mia? General guidance for extenuating moving parts. Is she in Indiana now, by the way? Okay, let's get a card for Katie. Grateful for a general reading. Let's get a card for Katie. Katie, I'm going with the power of surrender. I know it's a general reading. You're not asking about anything in particular, but I feel like the power of surrender is coming in here for something for you. So let's see what pops in here. Okay, let's get a general card for Katie right off the top. Mamma mia. All right, general card for Katie. Surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. Look at that. Folks, these cards are dishing it out today. I think they dish it out every time, but really, I feel this card and I feel how important this can be for you. So surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. So whatever you're working on if you've got to plan something, you're scheduling something, you're looking to make a change on something perhaps, you want to shift things a little bit. Maybe you're like, yeah, been there, done that. You're itching to do something, but maybe not feeling, why rock the boat kind of thing. That's sort of what I'm getting. This is saying surrender to the creativity, surrender to all that can possibly be, and just let your mind go. Let it take you to completely unrestrained and just see where it can take you. Because out there is where you're going to come up with some new juice. And, you may be thinking, I'm pretty darn creative, and I know you are. But just spread your wings a little bit. There's something else. You can take that to another level. That's what I get. This resonates for sure. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah. I like it. Toss it out. Throw out all, just think wild and see what's out there. I mean, what's the limitation? The limitation is only us, right? Okay, let's come back here to Arthur. So the last card we'll pull is for Arthur. Laurie, nice for all of us. Yes. Yeah, just surrendering to being creative, right? I mean, think of how creative we are as kids. We see our angels, we talk to our imaginary friends that we know really are just other beings here. We can draw anything. There are no limitations. We go outside the lines on a coloring book. Like, how fabulous is that? And then the adults come in the room and they start giving you the rules. They start telling you what you can and cannot do. And we start to believe that. And next thing you know, everything's got to be perfect and tidy and neat and look a certain way. And we have to speak a certain way and we have to do a certain thing. But it's not our spirit. Sort of like Vienna Imara was saying, she's walking and she's got like 3 different directions, right? Going against the grain a little bit. Who says you can only go in one direction? Okay. Kathy in Indiana. Oh, so she's much closer to you. Yay. Okay. So let's get here for Arthur. May I say something? Not a question, but it's always good to open up to strangers with small numbers, not much judgment. But I think I've been deeply gaslighted as my soul. I know my soul is strong, not ego at all. And I know I'm tempting my creator, but I feel you're a good soul, so I will take this risk. I think I'm honestly being trapped on purpose. I'm not exactly sure I'm following you, Arthur. I think I've been deeply gaslighted as my soul. I'm not sure who you believe is gaslighting you. Probably not a terribly good feeling, I would imagine. But I'm not sure I fully understand. And sometimes that's the difficulty with chat, isn't it? So let me just say, while Arthur maybe clarifies that a tiny bit, I can just pull a supportive card for you, Arthur, just in general. Please sense my energy by my words I type. I'm just going to pull a supportive card for you, is what I'll pull. But let me just say that if anyone would like their own personal reading where we dive into things and we are speaking one-on-one versus, texting and words and typing and that type of thing, you can be in touch and we can set up that time. So you'll find a link in my bio on Instagram, and down below in YouTube, you'll also find a link where you can connect and set up your own reading. I do all kinds of readings. We can do very quick readings, 15 minutes. Hit it hard. We can do a half-hour reading, and then of course we can do a nice full rich hour and 15-minute reading. So let's get a card here for Arthur for what it is that he is sensing about being gaslighted. Okay. There's something here about distrust is what I feel like. a betrayal or something like that. That's what I feel. So I'm going to pull a card from Gilded Tarot for Arthur on this feeling of being gaslighted, on this feeling in his soul. What is a card of guidance? The Hierophant. Look at that magnificent radiance, just if you're looking at the image alone. Can you see that? Here you go, Instagram. So in terms of a general message for you, Arthur, a little bit of what I was just saying when we were talking about being the card for Katie, we were talking about being creative, surrender to creativity. So the Hierophant has multiple meanings. And one of them is tradition. And one of the messages of the Hierophant is taking a look at all of the things you were taught to believe to be true. Where did those beliefs come from? They came from teachings. They came from religion. They came from parents. They came from traditions. It's always been this way. And you're saying my whole life, it's always been that way. And so taking a look at that and saying, is that you? Is that who you are? Do those beliefs even belong to you? You talked about being gaslighted. And I had said, I feel like there's a sense of distrust or maybe betrayal. Well, the Hierophant doesn't necessarily represent betrayal. It is asking the question, do those beliefs belong to me? Or am I carrying around something and trying to believe something that just doesn't resonate with me? Because after the 5 and the Hierophant comes the 6, which is the Lovers. And that is about love and choice. It's being able to make your own choices that resonate with you in your own self-love. And this is the step before that. So that's what I have there for you. 1991 was my birth. I feel so alone in my consciousness and mind, even when I'm around others, still feel I don't belong in this time. Yeah, I can relate to that. So I would ask yourself, this is, I mean, look at the illumination in this card. So asking yourself, are you around the right people? Are you surrounded by the right people? Are you believing the things that really resonate with you? And really asking yourself that question. And then maybe seeking out the mentor or the teacher, the counselor, or the tribe that resonates best with you. But I think first you got to be asking yourself the question. Okay, that's what I have for everyone. We are calling this a wrap for Sunday Synergy. So thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for being here. Thank you for contributing your beautiful energy, because that is what feeds and activates the cards, and it all resonates and vibrates, and it's really a great space to be in. So I appreciate you being part of that. I love sitting here because I can feel this energy coming, and it feels really great. So thank you for bringing that and offering that up. You're welcome, Katie. And so again, subscribe to my newsletter if you are not already subscribed. It is undergoing a transformation. And so I got some ideas, don't really quite know where it's going. So I'm just putting out newsletter as I can and as I feel guided to do. But subscribe to my newsletter so you can pick up on some other things. If you would, subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram. Please hit the like button, comment, or share, just so this this reading, these types of readings can reach other people. That's really what I would love to do. So thank you again, everybody, for being here. Wishing you a beautiful week, a beautiful full moon this week. So remember, release, give thanks, and release. That is a beautiful combination. So beautiful reading as always. Yay. Thank you for that, Stacy. Thank you. You're welcome, Laurie. You're welcome, Arthur. You're welcome, Kathy. See you all next time. Okay. Ciao. Bye now.